What's up, guys? Welcome back to Storytime with Uncle John. But you knew that. Look at that, man. 3 in a row. 3 videos in a row. And in case you're wondering when you're watching this particular video, yes, I had the same exact shirt on. No, I did not record 3 consecutive days with the same shirt on. I recorded all 3 videos in the same day. Wow. So anyway, today we're back to Tales from Tech Support, and let's get to it. Teaching the Unteachable, Outlook Edition. Disclaimer, Outlook is awkward, I know. So our favorite new hire has been in the job 2 weeks. My team has realized I'm patient and can get her to screenshot instructions as she's doing the steps. One of the team, working from home, points out the emails on the fritz to our fearless leader. Tells her the unassigned emails, 100 plus in the shared team inbox, have been disappearing and she can't figure out what happened. Supposedly, new hire has no idea and her queue looks fine. Fearless leader comes to me and demands to know what's wrong and did I touch anything? Nope, I'm not working in Outlook today and my focus is in a project. So I go take a look. New hire should have a max of 10 emails because she's too new to handle more than password reset stuff. That's another story. She has over 100 in her queue. Okay, cool, found them. So I unassigned them easy peasy and informed fearless leader and new hire that it's probably someone gave her an old category color or something and it grabbed their stuff. As I'm standing at new hire's desk, I watch in horror as she deliberately assigns all of the unassigned emails to herself again. As in, right-clicks the None category and goes down to categories and assigns herself, then fast-clicks the warning telling what she's doing and ignores the huge loading bar that opens. WTF. Realized, oh, okay, that doesn't do what you think it does. So I get her to the view, categories, collapse all groups, and screenshot it with red circles around each thing. Explain what she did and why it's bad. I fix it for her, then I tell work from home, who informed me this was happening yesterday. 2 minutes later, it happened again. Okay, now I'm losing my cool. I have shit to do. I go over and explain again. Stop doing that. It's stuffing up everyone else. And I shit you not, she said, but that's not what that does. I said, what do you think it does? New hire says, it shows me all my queue. Interesting, since I told you it didn't, and we can see items from 2 years ago. You aren't allowed to assign things to yourself yet. That's work from home's job for the next few months. New hire says, okay, but that's not what I did. I want to test it and see for myself. I raised my voice at this point to sound probably like your mom when you just realized you talked back or lied about leaving your room a mess. Fearless leader had left as soon as I stepped in. I watched you do it. We've fixed it for you 3 times. Don't believe me? Do it again, because work from home hasn't been able to do anything all day since you keep screwing with the queue. You've been told to stop. You have instructions. Do it again and see how that goes for you. I walked away and sat down. Inbox queue is fine. No more disappearing. Remind me again how this woman has more experience or qualifications than me? She doesn't, but the fact she was hired over me speaks volumes about fearless leader. I just love it when people think they know what they're doing and they have such confidence in their incompetence. That's not what I did. I need to do this and that. Stop touching shit. Stop. Just stop touching things. This is not your job. It's not your place. Stop it. I don't know if there's a way to lock her out of that kind of stuff in Outlook or not, but daggone, there's always going to be one. Training the untrainable. I'm seeing a pattern here. So this one's still getting me in the giggles. Backstory. This woman got the job I was going for because she has no prior knowledge of how to do things in my industry. Basically, my boss is sick of people on her team telling her, we can't do that because it's against compliance law. So she's hiring yes people. Well, it's about to bite her. I was asked to train the competition that beat me. Okay, fair enough. I have better things on my career horizon, so I'm not going to be horrible. I started to train her on tiny Excel reports. First thing I notice is she's a henpecker on the keyboard. This role requires intermediate skills. Okay, fine. That's weird, but sure, all good. Next thing is the super fast clicking OK without reading anything. Yup, I've been guilty of that. Third one? Well, crap. We've been screenshotting the steps all along. But she skips them or doesn't look at them properly and completely screws it. When she runs a report without me beside her, she ends up generating a blank report. She proudly shows me an empty Excel with headings only. She knew that the report was supposed to have a list of names and dates for the particular item. We run it again and I just keep repeating, slow down and read your notes. Getting frustrated by the 7th time I had to say it. I've taught children and adults with and without disabilities. I've never been this annoyed before. By the time she gets it right, I'd practically hand over hand done it for her. The next report she runs a few hours later and stuffs it from the get-go. So I stopped what I was doing and ran it myself. Sent it to her as a screenshot so she could see it, but not claim it as her own, and told her to follow your notes until you get the exact same thing. I still don't know if she'd hoped I would give her my report and say she did it or if she really is that bad. Time will tell. So far, the report hasn't been produced. Want to take bets? I wonder if this is the same lady. I didn't take a look to see if it was the same OP or not, but holy cow. If this is the same lady, she needs to be fired and replaced immediately. I get that it's nice having somebody nearby who is agreeable with you, but at the same time, if they agree to the point where it's just screwing things up in the company, then it's not worth it. You know, having the feel goods isn't really a substitute for actually doing the job properly. So some people just need to learn to put their ego aside and just accept what their employees or their underlings or whatever are telling them, because they're probably not, most of the time, they're probably not lying to you, especially when everybody in the company says, yeah, we can't do that. It's against compliance. Yeah, we can't do that. That's not how the software works or whatever. But yeah, I can't really blame the new hire. I mean, she's an idiot, or he. Anyway, they're an idiot, but the fearless leader or boss or whoever is really the one that is to blame for all of it. So, the curse of the iOS updates and the non-compliant phones. So I've posted here once before, but I feel this place may become my new home for complaints about user issues. Basically, I'm 20, help desk support. This is my first proper job. Previously supervisor at a large supermarket, and before that ran around carrying plates of food. I went from being yelled at by the drunken and hungry to the tired soccer moms at school at pickup time to legal professionals. It's an improvement, but 2 years here with the same problems from the same people is getting a bit mind-numbing. Regardless, on to the story. We provide iPhones for all the fee earners. Okay, fine, not a problem. We also use an MDM. Quite detailed, lots of stats, simple enough. Shows us the iOS versions of mobiles and whatnot. In the IT department, we have to keep up to date with all the Apple CVE entries and mobile updates. This is a regular occurrence, and we've done so for the last 8 years. I would have been 12 when they implemented this. We have the same process each time. We get an alert when a new iOS update is available. Check the CVE. If it's not too bad, we give the users 2 weeks to update, 1 week if it's not great, and 2 days if it's awful and could wreck the company. We then send out a mass email to the mobile phone users telling them to update, what'll go wrong if they don't, and when they need to update by, and that includes all the detailed documentation you need to update a bloody iPhone. Simple enough, my nearly illiterate little sister could understand it. Day rolls around when we update our mobile compliance policy. Consistently notice about 40 of the 150 users haven't updated their mobiles. Effin-tastic. Remember, this policy's been in place for almost half my lifetime. Every single update, the phone rings off the hook when compliance gets changed. I'm the new kid on the block, so the phones are my responsibility. Help desk, this is me. How can I help? Patient 0. Help! Vital app on my phone stopped working again. Hey, Patient 0, what's the exact problem? Are you able to sign in or not? Can you see your emails? Patient 0 says, no, it's all broken. Nothing works. Okay, cool. When did this start? About 15 minutes ago. I checked the help desk. Take a look at the change request ticket. Last updated? 15 minutes ago. Okay, cool. We did recently make a change that blocked all non-updated phones from working. You were definitely notified about this, and the email outlines all the problems that would happen if you didn't update. Could you please update your phone with the included guide and try again? Then let me know if it's still a problem. Patient 0 says, I didn't get the email. I flicked through to my email admin console. Oh, yes you did. It shows as delivered and archived on my end. Regardless, we need you to update your phone. Patient 0 says, I don't know how to do that. Can you show me? Patient 0, I've gone through this with you 5 or 6 times before. Yes, I can show you, but please keep in mind I can't do this for you every time. Please come down to our office when you're free. The user then proceeds to show up at the end of the day. Yes, very vital, big, important, broken apps. Repeat this process 15 times, walk the rest of them through it over the phone. Internally question yourself multiple times why these people are practicing solicitors, selling houses and merging businesses. Wonder how they can read a 150-page contract but not a short email with a small how-to doc. Internally question their comprehension and literacy skills, then pack up and go home for the day. Just to repeat it all for the next update. Thanks, help desk. I hope one day to not return to you. I love it when emails get sent out to people, This is urgent, or, it's not urgent, but if you don't do this within a certain allotted time period, bad things are going to happen. Here's the instructions on how to do it. Please do it as soon as humanly possible. They probably never read the email to begin with. And those that did probably didn't take it seriously. Oh, it'll be okay. If I'm a couple days late, no biggie. I just love it when people ignore their responsibilities and then want to play helpless. Victim mentality. Oof. The one with the TV remote. The other day I got a call from my dad. Nothing unusual about that. I'm the first call before any troubleshooting's been done, as always. Anyway, he has problems with his TV remote. He's trying to watch, insert important football thing, and the TV won't respond to his commands. My mom wasn't home, so he was basically helpless. I tried some basic troubleshooting over the phone, but quickly concluded this is an on-site problem. I love my dad, and even though I don't watch football myself, I know this is very important to him. So I jump in the car and arrive in about 15 minutes. Still some game time left. Just to clarify, for no particular reason and for no points in this story, I'm talking about soccer, not American football. I arrive and get the remote in hand, with him rambling about everything he tried. The new batteries, testing all of the remotes he could find in the house, turning things on and off, good work, Dad, etc. The lid under the remote is gone. So when I hold it, I feel the batteries on the bottom. They feel weird, so I turn it over, snap out the 2 AAAs, and immediately see the error. Oh, you think you put them in the wrong way? Oh no, that would not be a story for this sub. No, sir. The 2 batteries were still in plastic wrapping. He inserted 2 batteries that were wrapped in plastic like the ones you'd get with a new TV for the remote. I have no idea how he had those, but unwrapping the batteries, inserting them, and voila, the TV remote works. So we surf around to find the correct channel, and we just cannot find the correct channel. After some prodding, we find out that my dad does not even subscribe to the correct channels. We didn't even stand a chance. Wow, what a twist. There can't be more now, right? Well, we dug around some more about the particular game he wanted to watch. You may not believe this. It didn't even air tonight at all. 2 ways to look at it. I wasted 45 minutes, or I visited my dad, had a good time, and got a great story. The second is my preferred one. See you next time. Yeah, it's hard to get mad at that. You might get a little annoyed at first, but then you look back and it's like, I really wasn't doing that much anyway. Why not go help out? So, yeah, even for friends, I've done that before. So as long as they're not being jackasses to me, then, hey, it's all good. It was that easy. I work at an MSP that provides RDP cloud desktops to clients, mostly small companies that could afford to have their own dedicated IT teams to manage and maintain their systems. Last week I got a ticket from a user at one of the larger clients that was very vague. It read something along the lines of, "My links in Outlook are different. I can't explain how. Please, can you remote on so I can show you?" I responded asking for her TeamViewer details, and she had no idea what I meant by that. Bearing in mind she's worked here for several years and we've always used TeamViewer for remote support. She tried to open Teams in the RDP environment. I told her that it wasn't Teams but TeamViewer, and it needed to be opened outside of the RDP environment. After some time, she sent through the ID and password. I try to connect and it says that it can't connect. She's obviously closed TeamViewer immediately after taking the screenshot. I asked her to reopen it and send the new credentials as they would have changed. She says she's opened it and doesn't send any credentials. I ask again for credentials and she finally sends them. I'm in. Now for the actual issue. When she pasted a SharePoint link into Outlook, it was clever enough to change the URL to a hyperlink of the document's name. She wanted to do this in Monday, a web app. I asked her to show me what she would do, and sure enough, when she goes to add the URL, there are 2 boxes. The first one is labeled Paste URL Here, and the second one is labeled Text to Display. She ignores the second box and presses OK, and the URL is shown in full on Monday. I ask her to do this again, but stop before she presses OK, which she almost does, except she keeps clicking on other things while I'm trying to show her the other fields she needs to type the text in. After about 20 minutes of me trying to get her to stop frantically clicking around and let me take control, I finally show her the box, and she types in the document name. I'm left absolutely speechless after she says, "Oh, it was that easy? I could have done that myself." Then why didn't you do that and not waste minutes of my day playing email tennis and frantically clicking around while I try to help? I considered the 3rd floor window as my exit from the office that day. Oh, I feel the pain in this one. While I've never been tempted to take flight from a 3rd floor window, when I go to help my wife around here, she gets very frustrated with technology, laptop mostly. iPhone sometimes, but I'm not great with iPhones. I can muddle through, but I'm an Android and Windows guy. I'm just stuck in that loop, Anyway, but when I try to help her with something on her Windows machine, I'll sit there and I'll ask her to do something. She'll do it, but then she'll keep clicking on to other things. And it's like, no, stop clicking. Put your listening, like she runs a daycare. So sometimes I have to speak to her in daycareese. Put your listening ears on. Okay, can you hear me now? We need to do this next. And I explain it to her. And sometimes she'll click and other times she'll get mad because I'm speaking to her like a small child. I mean, if I was doing something to help her in daycare and she needed to explain to me and I kept doing the wrong thing over and over, I'm quite sure she would speak to me in the same tone. So, I don't know. Gotta love it. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed the stories. And do me a favor. Since I'm trying to jumpstart everything and do a bunch of videos at once just to kind of get the flow going, do me a favor and click all the little thingies down below to, help share and subscribe and whatever. So, appreciate it. All right. Till the next one, we'll see you.